Hi dear doctors, welcome to Kids Covery. Myself Dr. Parv and today we are going to discuss about the varicella infection. Now varicella, some people call it as varicella, some people call it as chickenpox. Okay, so varicella is an important infection when it comes to MCQ because they are fond of asking this one word that is called as pleomorphic rash. This one word they are fond of asking, which is called as pleomorphic rash. Pleomorphic rash is important. So what happens is this varicella has an incubation period of 2 weeks. Okay, this varicella has got a incubation period. So this is V. Okay, so 2 weeks incubation period is going to be there for varicella, and then comes what? Then comes the symptoms. Okay, what are the symptoms of any infection? So symptoms are fever, malaise, myalgia, anorexia, abdominal pain, everything. So just remember, one is the abdominal pain, and of course all other features are very much similar. Then after 2-3 days, okay, after 2-3 days there will be rash, and which is the type of rash? Varicella has got pleomorphic rash. So please remember my name. So what is R? R for rash. What is V? V for varicella. What is P? P for pleomorphic rash. Okay, so the rash is going to be going to be spread in the trunk, okay, and then the extremities and everything are going to get involved. Okay, so just remember that the Varicella-Zoster, so there are actually two things. Okay, so varicella first infection is actually called as, okay, so first infection is actually called as varicella, whereas if it is occurring for the second time, this is called as zoster. And zoster is something that is going to occur in a single dermatome. Of course, I will discuss with you. So that's why they have written that the distribution of rashes is actually wider when compared to the dermatomal pattern of shingles that is caused by zoster. So first time if varicella is coming, this is very simple, this is varicella, chickenpox. But if it is occurring second time, that is called as shingles caused by the zoster. Okay, like that. So the lesions are, the rash is going to appear pleomorphic, and later on the lesions are going to have crusting. Later on the lesions are going to have crusting. Okay, so what are the treatment options? So treatment options, one is going to be antipruritic, okay, like lactocalamine, antihistaminic. Okay, so both of these are going to prevent the itching because these are itchy lesions. Corticosteroids and in fact acyclovir and immunoglobulins, these are given in severe cases. If the patient is severely immunocompromised, in those cases we give this. Coming on to vaccination. Vaccination is available which is based on a live virus vaccine. So vaccination is available which is based on a live virus vaccine. So one important disclaimer is Ray's syndrome. Now what do you mean by Ray's syndrome? See, what happens in a person who is having some viral infections like varicella or some influenza A or B. So basically the first part is a viral infection. So if any person is having a viral infection and you combine it with the salicylic acid, okay, you combine it with the salicylic acid like aspirin tablet, then this baby is going to have brain symptoms as well as liver system. So brain system, liver system, they are going to get affected. Okay, so never give salicylate to a person who is suspected of having a viral illness. Okay, this can cause Ray's syndrome. So Ray's syndrome is because of what? Because of the aspirin which is given in the viral infections. Okay, so in viral infection, if you give aspirin, you will have a Ray's syndrome. Mnemonic to remember is war. Now what are the complications which can occur? So complications are, the varicella is having a very severe thing, then varicella can have pneumonia. Okay, varicella can have pneumonia. So PARV. So pneumonia, V varicella, P pneumonia, this can happen. Okay, next coming on to all pregnant females. See, the all pregnant women should have their varicella immunity status checked. Okay, if they have got if they have not had as children, the varicella immunoglobulins should be given. Okay, varicella immunoglobulins should be given because the vaccination is actually contraindicated in pregnancy. So what I'm trying to tell, now for example, she is a lady 5 years old, now she is a lady 25 years old. Okay, now 25-year-old lady has never got infection. So what does this signify? That this lady is not having the immunoglobulins against varicella. Immunoglobulins against varicella is not there. So if it is not there, then we have to give it from outside. Varicella-Zoster immunoglobulins is given. Please understand, your varicella vaccine is not given in the times of pregnancy. Before I come on to this, can you see this rash is in a particular dermatome? Can you see this rash is in a particular dermatome, right? So this rash is in a particular dermatome. So this is a dermatomal distribution, and because this is a dermatomal distribution, it is more likely to be what? It is more likely to be shingles. So let's quickly differentiate between the varicella, chickenpox and the herpes zoster, that is called as your shingles. So it is the primary infection with varicella. This is the reactivation of the latent varicella. So what happens actually, please understand that this is the spinal cord and this is the dorsal root ganglion. So dorsal root ganglion is the house of varicella. So what happens? This varicella gets stored in this dorsal root ganglion, and after sometimes it gets reactivated. Okay, it gets reactivated. So this is what you have to understand, that if there is a reactivation of latent Varicella-Zoster virus from the dorsal root ganglion or the cranial nerve ganglia, that causes shingles. And because it is there in the dorsal root ganglia, that is why, my dear friends, please understand that the pattern of the rash is actually unilateral and dermatomal. So very simple, varicella is going to be in children because it's occurring for the first time. It's a primary infection, okay, and it's going to develop, incubation period is 2 weeks. The shingles is variable, like years after the primary infection they can occur, because they are occurring because of reactivation, and that's why they are going to affect the older adults or the immunocompromised patients, okay. So what is going to be there? So there will be pain, tingling, hyperesthesia. Why? Because the nerves are getting involved. Why? Because the nerves are getting involved. Okay, what is the pattern of rash? It's unilateral, dermatomal, that I have told you. Okay, now the rash appearance in varicella is called as dew drop on rose petal. Okay, so just the dew drops on the rose petal, this is the varicella. Okay, this is the varicella. Okay, but in this shingles, it is going to be erythematous base. Okay, red color, just I have shown you right now. Just remember this also, dew drop on rose petal, this is important. So if I just make a rose, this is a rose, this is a leaf which is there. So what is this? Is V which is formed. Okay, so V for varicella. So varicella is having dew drops on rose petals. So lesion distribution, first of all, it comes on the face, then the trunk and the extremities. The face, the trunk and the extremities. The face, the trunk and the extremities. And this is of course going to go to the dermatomal area. Varicella is highly contagious, whereas it is less contagious in case, in the zoster is less contagious. Okay, so if we talk about the infectivity, Z for zoster, Z for 0. Okay, it is not very much contagious. Crusting, yes, crusting is going to occur after a few days, and this is also going to show the crusting. Okay, they will also show the crusting. So what are the common complications in varicella? See, for every viral infection, what happens is that virus is going to decrease the immunity, and that's why the risk of secondary infections like secondary bacterial infections and everything is too much. So that's why secondary bacterial infection risk is too much. Okay, in case of varicella, then I have told you PARV, that varicella can go and cause pneumonia. If aspirin is consumed, they can cause raise. Okay, and what happens in herpes zoster? It's nothing but reactivation of latent varicella zoster. So once it is occurring, it can occur next time also if the treatment is not given properly. So what is the treatment? Acyclovir is given, and of course the neuralgia, nerve pain is going to occur, so gabapentin is also added. Gabapentin is added. Yes, of course, zoster vaccine is given. That's a live vaccine or recombinant, but yeah, zoster vaccine is also which is given. Okay, so these are the rashes I have shown you. So this is it about the varicella infections and zoster infection. Thank you so much for joining. God bless you.